Guys, deluded. Welcome back, folks. What was I gonna say to you lot today? Basically, I'm not comparing the two footballers. Clearly, Kimmich is a class above Chambers. I'm not comparing them. So those of you that are smart enough, stay with me in it. Apologies for the background. And now, see, I haven't set it up properly, but you guys know I hate it. But Chambers and Kimmich. Now, why I say this is because myself included, I think stuff can be in football can be a bit hypocritical because when it's a German footballer, not necessarily to pinpoint any nationality, but just so we know, Germans has been the flavour of the couple of years because they won the World Cup. Before that, everyone wanted to play tiki-taka, specifically everybody in England. So we look to them. What I find a bit hypocritical, if German counterparts are able to play centre mid, right back, I don't know, right wing for example, they're so adaptable, they're so intelligent, this, that and the other. And I'm not knocking that because I believe that on one hand, like intelligent footballers can play multiple positions and play well. Look at Philip Lahm, he'll excel at right back. I'm pretty sure you can throw him on the other side and there'll be no different. You saw him go into midfield under Pep and then things there. If you're an intelligent footballer, you're an intelligent footballer. That's just simply what it boils down to. Different scale, but look at Monreal has played centre half and left back and things like that. Obviously different scales, but you get what I'm going. If you're a competent footballer, you can play positions and excel. But I also believe you run the risk of being a jack of all trades, master of none. But on the other hand, what do you hear with the English counterparts? Now, if that same, let's use Kimmich as an example, right back, centre mid, and now let's use Calum Chambers because he's been playing centre half, right back, and he came through as a central midfielder. What would you hear? Oh, he's being shoehorned. His development's being hurt. He hasn't knocked down a real position and stuff. Some of that might be true. I just find it, myself included, like I said, I just find it a bit hypocritical that when it's another nationality or according to a nationality, we rate them players highly or what they do different. Again, I'm not comparing the ability. I just thought to myself, I just got some inspiration for this, to be honest with you, if I'm brutally honest. But what else was I going to say? Now, on the topic of Calum Chambers, compared to probably Holding and the other young centre halves, he's had a good season. Yeah, he's been destroyed when you look at games like Newcastle and them things there at right back, but I think he's had a decent season. Against United, he's shown up to be counted. I'm so sure he played against Chelsea in the Carling. There's been a couple of games he stood up to be counted, and that's all you can do. Now, the Arsenal centre-back thing is a bit political because clearly the club believe in Chambers in some capacity, new deal, and he's been playing games. Obviously, the new manager might change, but he's made more appearances than Holding in the Premier League, and he got the nod to play that big game ahead of Holding. Now, if you look at Arsenal, is that Mustafi, for all his critics, whether we sell him or not is neither here nor there, but let's just look at it. Mustafi's going to play ahead of him, clearly. Koscielny might be on the way out, but he's going to play ahead of him. Then you've got all these other centre-halves, and at the end of the day, only two Monreal can actually be used, and I'm pretty sure to a degree, Wenger, just on the basis he's still there, probably considers Monreal ahead of the pecking order at centre-half before he throws in these young centre-halves because he's done that before. Now, if I'm looking at it, like I was going to say, I'm saying bare stuff, but only two centre-halves can play at the end of the day. It's good to have depth and have 4 and 5 defenders in case something happens and they're all competent, but only 2 defenders, 3 if you play 3 at the back. You guys know what I mean, obviously disregarding the fullbacks. Only so many can play, and there's 38 games in the Premier League, and there's Carling and Europa and so on, but there's only so many games one man can play. Putting myself in Chambers' shoes, simply wanting to play for the new manager, for the new times ahead, be at a top 6 club, possibly get back in champs, all of them things there, because it's not going to get any better than this for him at the moment in time, unless his form uptakes. I would be looking at it like, okay, I'm a centre-half. When I step into centre-half, like he's been doing when he gets a chance, I'm going to make that my own. But he come up at Southampton and Arsenal getting his chance at fullback. Now, he's not a fullback. The only thing he does that resembles a fullback is his willingness to go forward, and that's actually what I like about him, his willingness to go forward at right back, his willingness to come out with the ball at the back and play at centre-half away from defending. And he's obviously played midfield now. He probably wouldn't have a long-term future at a top 6 club in midfield, but it's got to be considered an option. If I'm him, I'm looking at it is that when I get my chance at centre-half, I'm going to take it. If I get my chance at right back, I'm not a right back, but I need to become a competent right back. I'm not going to be a Bellerin sort up and down the field, but what I can do is time my runs, put lovely balls into the box and things like that. And I'd also consider, if I was a manager at Arsenal, at this moment in time, there's no defensive, looking at it from a manager's point, there's no defensive mid at this club apart from El Nene. He's the closest you get, yeah. On the basis of shutting out games, Chambers has played in midfield before. I'm not advocating an extended run in midfield. I'm just simply saying, say there's a game where we need to shut it out, El Nene's on the field, and we still need to tighten up midfield a bit. I would genuinely, if Chambers is on the bench, I might throw him in defensive mid-row or something like that. Now, obviously, needs to be fine-tuned. And again, he is going to be shoehorned playing multiple positions. But if I'm him, or just generally speaking, from a squad position, with all the games we could possibly play, both in Carling and domestically, excluding injuries, you've got to make yourself a competent individual at the end of the day. His long-term future is centre-half, like I said. His chances predominantly at Arsenal in his initial year, and definitely at Southampton, came at full-back. He's earmarked as a long-term centre-half. So he was the best example to use in comparison to a Kimmich, who's, I'm pretty sure he's played. He ain't played consistently at centre half, but there's 100% been a game where he's filled in at centre half in game, whether there's been an injury or something. Because I cannot pinpoint it, but I can remember that. Obviously, he's a central midfielder, and he gets his chances for Germany, for Germany's national team, and obviously Bayern Munich at fullback in his young career at this current stage. So again, I'm not comparing the players. I'm just considering the hypocrisy, because with all the things I said about Chambers and the new manager, if that's Kimmich, would we say, oh, he's going to be shoehorned and stuff? No, you'd say he's a competent individual, he's adaptable and fit, and all of them sort of things, if you get what I'm getting at. I'm not critiquing any players, I'm just questioning, myself included, the hypocrisy. Guys, deluded, get in the comments, subscribe and do the rest. Thank you for watching, of course.